It's good. All right. You might reset our router, sir. Yeah, something's up with it. You had problems last night? Yeah, my sound kept on going in and out. Okay. All right. So sorry about that, Facebook. Okay. Let's hit where we at? We at 2 Samuel 23 and 10. Okay, go ahead. From the top, read again. So.
He arose and smote the Philistines until his hand was weary, and his hand clave unto the sword. And the Lord wrought a great victory that day, and all the people returned after him only to spoil.
So that lets you know, man, the soldiers that worked for David, one of them killed like 800 men. It was another brother like him. And then the third brother, Eleazar, he killed so many Philistines, they thought that his sword was one with his hand was one with the sword. All right. So we talking about it don't matter what kind of numbers you have. All right. It's all about what kind of faith you have. Let me see. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna go to 18. I want you to read 18 through 23. Go ahead. Now say I can look. You gotta learn the whole Bible. So make sure you say that right before you get ready to read. And they'll tell you Khan or
Samuel chapter 23, verse 18.
Akim. Akim. And Akwathian. Say it louder though. You gotta say it the way they hear it. Say it again.
Akim and Akwathian.
Akwathian. Akwathian.
Akim and Akwathian. Got it.
There you go.
Khan.
There you go. Now when they say Khan, you can read. Abashai. There you go.
And Abashai, the brother of Joab, the son of
Zeruiah,
was chief among three. And he lifted up his spear against 300.
How many?
His spear against 300.
How many?
Against 300.
This is one man, one of the chief soldiers for King David, lifted up his spear against 300. Read.
And slew them.
And what?
And slew them.
Meaning that he went against 300 men and killed them. When it says slew, that means to kill. All right. So now we see that Zeruiah killed 300 men with the spear. David's men were cold-blooded with this spear. Now, did it take 300 men to go against the 300 Philistines? Did it take 50 of them? Did it take 150, 100, 50, 20? How many did it take? One to the Most High of a righteous man is how many? 1,000. Scripture. That's scripture. Yeah, give a brother a hand. That's scripture. All right. You know what scripture it is? Precept. What's the first book we read? Nah. The first book we read out of, it talked about 5 against 100. It talked about 1,000 against 10,000. You don't remember? I give you this. It's in Leviticus. You remember chapter and verse? Let's get it real quick, sis. What you got?
Leviticus 26 and 8.
Read it real quick. Real fast. Young brother, you put your string or put your thumb where we're at right now so you don't lose that.
Leviticus chapter 26, verse 8.
Now, this is proof that 1,000 men is like Salakia, that 1 man is like 1,000. 5 men can take on 500. Read.
And 5 of you shall chase 100,
Mm-hmm.
and 100 of you shall put 10,000 to flight. And your enemies shall fall before you by the sword.
There you go right there. It was another scripture, though, hit more on it. Go to Ecclesiasticus. Let me find it. It says it exactly. I think it's 16. Go to 16 and 3. Ecclesiasticus 16, verse 3. Somebody pull that for me real quick. You got it? Let's get it.
Trust not thou in their life, neither respect than 1,000. It is better to die without children than to have them that are ungodly.
Go back up. Read that again. From the beginning. It should say 1. Read.
Desire not a multitude of unprofitable children.
Oh, right there. That's not it.
He's reading more.
Oh, read verse 4. It's either 3. Read verse 3.
Trust not thou in their life, neither respect than 1,000. And better is it to die.
Are you in verse 3? Ecclesiasticus 16 and 3.
He's skipping 2 lines. No, he's skipping 2 lines.
Okay, you gotta read it. Read what you see. Help him out, brother.
Trust not thou in their life, neither respect multitude. For one that is just better than 1,000.
Read it again.
For one that is just better than 1,000.
Read it again.
For one that is just better than 1,000.
One more time.
For one that is just better than 1,000.
That's the Most High. 1 is better than 1,000. One of you in this room is better than 1,000 wicked people coming against you. So when we say that, when you tell somebody that, you can back that up with scripture. The Most High said it. You ain't make that up. Remember that. Ecclesiastes 16 and 3. You dig? All right, now let's go back to where we was. Let's talk about these warriors. They didn't care about numbers. Whatever was in front of them, they know the Lord was with them. So they know that's going to defeat them. So go to, I think we're at 2 Samuel 23, verse 18. Let's get
Brother of Joab, the son of
Abishai. What? Abishai. Salaki.
And Abishai, the brother of Joab.
There you go.
And the son of Zariah.
There you go.
Was chief among 3. And he lifted up his spear against 300 and slew them. Mm-hmm. And had the name among 3.
And had the name among 3. They had a reputation. Not just him, but it's 2 other brothers. Let's keep reading. These are David's soldiers now. Keep reading.
Was he not most honorable of 3? Therefore he was their captain.
Howbeit
he attained not unto the first 3.
Keep reading.
And Benaiah?
Yeah. Benaiah.
The son of a valiant man.
Mm-hmm. Kabzeel.
Who had done many acts. He slew 2 lion-like men of Moab.
2 lion-like men of, what does that mean to be lion-like? If somebody describes you as a lion,
right,
what does that mean? You? Fierce. I take that. Sister, you had your?
I would say like strong.
Strong. I take that.
ferocious.
Ferocious is the word I was looking for.
I'm gonna say like the best.
Best. These are the best men. All those answers are correct. These are the biggest, baddest niggas they got. These are the ones that you don't want to see on that dark alley.
Right.
These are the ones you really like. When you see them on the battlefield, you like, oh man, I know I'm finna get cut a couple of times getting him. I might defeat him. It's gonna be a hell of a fight. Even athletes that deal in combat sports, they know they can beat this person, but it's certain competition. They know, like, damn, it's gonna be rough.
Right.
Even though I know I can beat him, I know I'm in for a fight. He might drop me. Go ahead.
Like going up against Ray Lewis.
Yeah, Ray Lewis. Like more like going against Tyson.
Right.
Like y'all remember that fight? It just happened. What's my man? Roy Jones Jr. Against Mike Tyson.
Right.
Roy Jones got all the confidence in the world, man, even at this time. But he knew going against Tyson is like, damn, this Tyson though.
Sound like Martin Luther King.
This is a liar, or this is a buy-in.
Right.
It's like a bear. It's like a bear and a lion put together. This is a buy-in.
Right.
I try to put lion with bear. That didn't work good. That didn't sound right. But this is a buy-in. You see Tyson, you see a buy-in. But yeah, these men. Now this is talking about the men that David is about to fight. I mean, King David's men is about to fight. Now, I also want y'all to see what kind of warriors David had. See what kind of men he had. Do you think the Lord knew what he was doing? Why didn't he give David like 3,500 men to defeat like these 10,000? Yeah, you good.
To show the Lord's might.
Exactly. It's not about these men getting the credit. These are the tribes. These are the 12 tribes of Israel. So one thing all heathens knew was what?
Like that the Lord was with them.
If he is with them,
Right.
Then they can't be.
then they will not be defeated. It's not necessarily that these dudes are so badass. It's just when the Lord is with you, can't nobody defeat you, man.
So like, did you use that scripture? And I don't know exactly, so I'm just gonna paraphrase it. Is this when you use that scripture? If the Lord be for you, he's more than like the whole world against you.
You can use that.
I don't know if that's exactly.
I think if the Lord be for you, who can come against you? Something like that. You can use it for that. But the main thing I want you to understand is it's not that he's just on your side because he just is like, I like you because you're big and strong and you know you kill a lot. You kill good. No, these men are men of faith. You got to remember the reason why they're in these battles. These battles is to wipe out the enemies of Israel. This is what the Lord wants. Don't the scriptures say the Lord's a man of war? Here's your perfect example right here. Because he created soldiers like this. He made sure those type soldiers are Israelites. Because y'all got some work to do. And you can't be weak. You got to be able to defeat lion-like men. Keep reading.
He went down and also slew a lion in the midst of a pit in time of snow.
See, look at that. This man not only defeated these men, he did what? Read again. He went down and what?
He went down and also slew a lion
Mm-hmm.
in the midst of a pit in time of snow.
There was nothing that this man could not defeat. King David's men is the wrong dudes you want to face. And you don't think these men had this reputation? Israel had a reputation for kicking your ass.
Right.
It's the last ones you want to piss off. So what's the best thing to do? Give them your daughters. Get them to celebrate your pagan, your traditions. If we get them engulfed into our way of life and the Lord is not with them, then we can defeat them.
I got a precept for that.
Let's get it.
It's Judith chapter 5, verse 20
Mhm.
21.
Judith?
The book of Judith, chapter 5, verse 20 and 21.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 20. Now, therefore, my Lord and governor, if there be any error against this people, and they sin against their God.
And they what?
And they sin against their God.
And they what?
And they sin against their God.
Highlight that part if you don't have it highlighted. Call it out again, priest.
It's the book of Judith, chapter 5, verse 20.
Book of Judith, chapter 5, verse 20. Read it from the top and highlight that part when he says, go ahead, read.
Come on. The book of Judah, chapter 5, verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
Now, therefore, my Lord and Governor,
Mm-hmm.
if there be any error against this people, and thy sin against their God, and they sin against their God.
That part right there. If there be any error and they sin against their God, highlight that right there. This is how heathens knew how to defeat Israel. That's how they keep us down to this day. Right now. Keep reading.
Let us consider that be their ruin.
Read again.
Let shall be their ruin. And let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
Look at that.
Verse 21.
Hold right there. Y'all see that? 5 and 20, that proves that that's the whole plan. Look, this is the reason why I'm trying to get you to understand that scripture. That was a good precept you pulled. Because they doing that today.
Right.
Why do you don't think they want you to know who you are?
Right.
They put stuff all in your face. They whitewash all this stuff. Because if you get attached to who you really are, you start realizing, man, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we all brothers and sisters. It's a wrap. It's over. It's over. Your money ain't coming. Your money ain't coming from Halloween, Easter. You ain't getting this no more. We don't want no pork at all.
Right.
Your catfish shops are shut down. They're done. Oh yeah, like downstairs. They have to go to Whiting.
Right.
What's wrong with that?
What?
Tilapia. What's wrong with that?
It's like there'll be wild pigs running all over the place.
Man, eating up the trash.
Right.
Like they were supposed to do in the first place. Sister, you want to say something?
What happened? You said somebody.
The people downstairs, like a motorcycle club, they sell the hell out these fish sandwiches. But they say it's a clean fish though. It's clean. I went down there. I said, "Is this catfish?" They said, "No." They said it's a clean fish. I was like, "Oh, okay. Is it a bottom feeder?" I said, "It's clean though." She's like, "Yeah." Hey, girl, hold that fillet up. The woman literally held up a fish, 2 fillets. You can't see what's the skin. It's just 2 fillets. You can tell me that's this is giraffe back, dude. It could be anything. Like I say, I need to see like dorsal fins and fins and stuff like that. Like, can you what do you call it? They call it some word. Sway.
No, it wasn't sway. It was the Pengazi or something like that.
Some word. And I said, look it up. I was like, could I look it up on your phone? Yeah, I'll pull it up. She pulled it up. She said, see? I seen a picture of it. Skin looked smooth in the mud. Didn't look like it had no fin. I said, you mind if I just hit the picture? I hit the picture. And then it had a picture of it, classification, species, catfish. I was like, the water, sis. I appreciate you. She's like, you don't want? I was like, no, man, we can't eat that. That's an unclean fish. Oh, I didn't know. I was like, it's no problem. I can't eat that though. So then some of my brothers was chawing down. I told them, I was like, hey man, it's an unclean fish, bro. You can't eat that. That's cat. They was like, in the midst of them, they like, oh man. Like they felt bad. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't know, it's the Lord don't look at you like that. It's when the spirit of things that you do, like when you do things intentional and you know it's wrong, that's when the Lord's gonna judge you. But the brother didn't know he's going off what sister said. So then when I found out and I told him, he was like, oh man. I said, yeah, you got dirty guts now. but being that when the brothers found out and they felt like that, that's a good thing. That's a man of faith. Those are men that recognize when, oh man, I upset the Lord. Were they concerned with the actual fish doing something to them? No, they was concerned with what this say.
Right.
That's what the Most High is worried about. He don't care about how many. He care about how many is defending this though. Right. How many is going by this? Looking in these scriptures, and it's like, what the scriptures say on that? What the scriptures say on that? What the scriptures say on that? This is your protocol. This is your manual on life. If you're not going by this on how to deal with certain situations, you're going off. You're going to the left. Everybody get it? All right. That's the type of man that King David had. Sorry.
Verse 21 real quick.
Okay, go ahead. You want to bring that? Go ahead.
Verse 21. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them, and their God be for them, and we become a reproach before all the world.
Look at that. You become an example of what happens to people when they come against the Lord and the people of the Lord. All right. Judith 5:20 and 21 highlight that to prove that when the heathens knew if the Lord is with them, you can't defeat them. All right.
That was a precept to.
Just a precept to what I said.
What you're saying about
yeah, like how I just described it, and plus what the type of men these were, what other heathens feared. They already warriors, and then when the Most High is against them, just one. Okay, let's keep going, young warrior. Start at 21. We at 2 Samuel 23 verse 21. We all good on Facebook, YouTube. We up? Okay, Most High in Christ. Keep going, young warrior.
What verse is it?
2 Samuel 23 verse 21. This out. This right here gonna take you back to Kung Fu flicks. Go ahead.
He slew an Egyptian, a goodly man.
A goodly man. So this man, the same man that put in work on this lion and these two other dudes that were like lions, he slew an Egyptian. He killed an Egyptian. They in battle. This is a goodly man talking about the Egyptian. The Egyptian was good. He was a good warrior. Go ahead.
And the Egyptian had a spear in his hand.
So now you know how Israel loves spears. These men we've been talking about, they've been killing with spears. What's going on?
Oh.
Keep going. It was blinking. Okay, we up. Okay, keep going. So this is a spear fight. Go ahead.
But he went down to him with a staff.
So now the other brother, this is the Israelite now. He's coming against this. The captain, the warrior for King David. He's attacking him with a staff. The Egyptian has a spear. Go ahead.
And plucked the spear out of his hand.
The
Egyptian's hand.
Keep going. And slew him. What's going on right here? You got a warrior, David's warrior. This man steps up with a staff, going against an experienced Egyptian that is good. He goes against him, gets the spear with the staff out the Egyptian's hand, and kills him with his own spear. Ain't nothing worse than getting killed with your own weapon.
Right.
I can't imagine how it feels to get thorn out my hand and shoot me with thorn. Thorn's the name of my 40.
Right.
I don't want to feel what thorn be spitting. It's supposed I want to be the one saying, man, what that brother was spitting was heavy. Literally. I don't want to be on the other side of that. You know what I'm saying? Keep reading. I want you to go to 23.
He was more honorable.
Now go to these things, verse 22.
Benaiah, the son of
Jehoiada. So like
Jehoiada. And he had the name among 3 mighty men.
So they had the reputation of going against odds and defeating men. Keep going.
He was more honorable than the 30. But he attained not to the first 3. And David sent him over his guard.
See, these men wasn't even his top men. Only 30 of them. It was 30 men going against, what did it say back here, 300? Let me go back. I'm trying to find how many men. I thought it said somewhere back in the 18. It say how many? Read it.
And Abishai, the brother of Joab, the son of Zeruiah, was chief among 3. And he lifted up his spear against 300 and slew them, and had the name among 3.
That's one going against 300. That means it had to be more than 300 because it's other men. Well, it's actually going through, it's like somebody is describing all the battles that King David's men have had. Just to show you the type caliber these men are. Everybody understand? All right. So let's go to 39. Read 39.
You're right. Are you talking about like chapter 39 or just
verse 39? Rick. Yeah, verse 39.
Uriah the
Hittite.
Hittite.
30
and 7 in all.
Keep reading. So meaning that David.
Again, the anger of the Lord was kindled against Israel.
And
he moved David against them to say, Go number Israel and Judah.
So now the Lord is saying, go number Israel and Judah. Read verse 9. This is 2 Samuel 24:9.
And Jacob gave up the sum.
Should be Joab, I think. Yeah, and Joab.
And Joab gave up the sum of the number of the people unto the king. And there were in Israel 800,000
valiant
men that drew the sword. And the men of Judah were 500,000 men.
So now you got a lot of men. All right. Go to where I want to go to. So 9, 15.
And David's heart smote him. After that, he had numbered the people.
He had what?
After the people.
Keep reading.
And David said unto the Lord, I have sinned greatly that I have done.
And now
I shall beseech thee, O Lord, take
iniquity
of thy servant.
For I have done
very foolishly.
What is it that he is? Go ahead.
So he numbered the children of Israel.
Why?
A little bit. He got angry with Israel.
He hardened his heart.
Okay.
Go ahead.
He was being private.
Exactly. He wanted to be like, I got all these men. Let's see how many men we got. What was the point of even the scriptures describing those 30?
The point was to say that it don't matter how many you have. So don't be prideful and thinking like, hey, look at all these men I got. So all these men I got to defeat twice the number that you have, basically. In a sense, when, nah, you know what I'm saying? Like, defeated. But you know what I'm saying? Like, trusting the Most High instead of being.
And the big thing, you're right on that. The big thing is, if you got all these numbers, you're going to take the credit and not give the credit to the Most High for having less numbers. That's the whole thing. That's the thing about what King David knew he did wrong. And at the end of it, he said, for I have done very foolishly. Because he knows, does it say, hold on for a minute. Is King David should have just rolled with what he had and not worried about how many men he have as soldiers. When it's time to go to war, you go to war, the Lord will give you what you need, and that's it. I don't care if he give you 10, you'll win. He can give you 2, 5. 5 will chase away 100. All right, you'll win. Give me 25. What time is it? Yeah, let me get on with it. Give me verse 25, young man.
And David built there an altar unto the Lord,
Mm-hmm.
and offered burnt offerings. So interested, treated for the land, and the plague was stayed from Israel.
You get some time, you read these scriptures right here, man. Read 2 Samuel 23 through 24. It's a plague that hit them. Why that plague had hit the city is because of what King David did. When he went to the Lord, what you got, sis?
I'm sorry, read 2 Samuel chapter 23 and 24.
Both of those. It'll show you that it's not about us, it's about faith. A plague had hit the land, started taking out Israel. That's when King David was like, Lord, I've been foolish. I'm sorry. Y'all remember that time that one brother, Israel was supposed to annihilate. I think they was up under Joshua.
I think Samuel.
It was Samuel. It was King Samuel. So it was, because he didn't listen to he didn't listen to Saul.
Yeah, Saul.
There was this war. They went to war. They supposed to kill all of Amalek.
Everything.
Amalek had, and the reason why, if you didn't know, that when Moses was taking the Hebrews up out of Egypt, we had all our soldiers in the front. All our men was in the front. All our elderly and children and women was in the back. Amalek's shady ass came from behind us and attacked us and killed a lot of us like that. The Lord didn't forget that. So when it was time to go to war, he got King Samuel. Matter of fact, I'll break that down next class. He got King Samuel. He said, man, I want you to go to Amalek and kill every damn body. Everybody, even the animals. All of them got to die. Puppies, all of that. You see an ant, step on him. He didn't say that. He didn't say that. I'm just joking. But they supposed to kill everything. King begged for his life. Saying, what's it say? Yes. Like, cool. I'll let you live.
No, Saul.
Saul. King Saul. I keep mixing them up. King Saul, he let him live. After that, they was cursed. The Lord dealt with him.
No, go ahead.
So, like, is this also the one that he, like, is this the same time frame where he was supposed to live, that he didn't kill stuff because the city was, like, so rich, so he kept some of the...
Another soldier that had kept some stuff up under his tent. That was Joshua. That was the battle of Joshua.
She's correct, sir. It was like they kept all the fine beasts and everything with the blemish they killed off, and they was sacrificing these fine beasts on the altar, and they was, you know what I'm saying? Hold on, didn't I tell you to kill everything?
No, that's not. Remember what verse that was, but Joshua, he had the same type mission. He was taking over territories. They were supposed to take all the riches and give it to Joshua so he could, give it for the treasure for the Lord. One dude kept some gold and buried it in the sand. Losing. Israel started getting their ass whooped. Joshua was like, I thought you said we were supposed to win all these wars and these battles. Like, what is going on, Lord? We doing what you say. He's like, there's one among you that's not. They started asking questions in the tribe. Come to find out, dude was hiding gold up in his tent or something, and he was supposed to be giving it up to the Lord. They took him and his family and stoned them. They said there was so many stones you could not see the body. I'll bring that out next week too.
What do you mean by stone?
Like what they would do is a large crowd would gather around you, in front of you, and they would throw big rocks at you until you die. And they threw so many, and it was him, his family, and his animals, everything he owned, got stoned. It was so many stones. I think the scripture said that you couldn't see their bodies; it buried them. And that's to teach you, don't ever steal from the Most High. That gold is his. That ain't yours. That was a different situation. Anybody got anything else? Okay. Okay, we got 25. Okay, we're gonna go to Gideon. I'm gonna get y'all out of here. Let me get Judges 6:1.
You like Gideon.
Yeah, I like Gideon. Gideon a bad boy, man. Yeah. Judges 36:1.
Oh, 36.
I mean 6:1. Yeah, 6:1. So like Gideon a bad boy, man. Y'all get some time, man. Y'all read about Gideon. Gideon got so mad. he went through the city just tearing down their statues. You know what people are doing now, tearing down the Confederate statues and stuff? Gideon was doing that on his own.
Right.
He's like, forget your couch, Rick James. He destroying their stuff. You know? Yeah, huh?
So there's nothing new under the sun.
Go. Yeah.
And the Lord delivered them.
So they were sitting there in captivity under another nation for time. Now I want you to go to verse 11. Not chapter 11, verse 11. You good?
And there came an angel of the Lord
Mm-hmm.
to Joash.
Mm-hmm.
And
Abiez, right.
Abezra. And his son Gideon. And his son Gideon threshed wheat by the winepress
Mm-hmm.
to hide it from the Midianites.
Anybody know what that is? Threshing wheat. Sis?
That's taking it and like hitting it like against the ground to release the wheat from the actual stem.
Very good. Give a hand. You have to sit there and pull back. You keep smacking like you're almost whipping it, band it together. So then you get rid of the bundles, gather the grain up, and put it up. Now, what's the main part of that scripture to let you know how gangster Gideon was? See if anybody caught it. Young man, go ahead. You got it?
He tried to hide it from the Midianites.
He tried to hide it. Why he tried to hide it? Why he tried to hide it? Why would you try to hide it? Brother, I'm back.
It's contraband. You know what I'm saying? I'm not supposed to have it. So with that, I can cook food and have food for myself. I don't have to depend on them to feed me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm in my captivity.
Gideon was not only doing that for him, he was doing it for his people.
Right.
Because otherwise, what kind of brother do you have to be to lead a nation? Ooh-wee.
Right.
Y'all saying right. Go ahead.
Right.
Righteous.
He was a hardcore brother.
Hardcore brother. But what kind of man do you have to be to be able to lead a nation? You got to be a brother like, what's his name? Fran Hammond. I always say his name wrong. Hammond? Hammond?
Yeah, Hammond.
You got to be like a brother like Fred Hammond?
He got Hammond in his name.
Huey P. Newton?
Yeah. You like the gospel singer?
No, the Black Panther. Hampton? It's Hampton. My bad. I say it wrong. It's Hampton. Like, you got to be a leader like Fred Hampton? Like Huey P. Newton? MLK? What kind of leader can lead a nation?
Faithfully.
Man, I can't believe y'all are failing at this. It's right. It's literally right in your face in real time.
Where's one of that for people?
True.
Fearless.
True.
Same.
Oh, y'all saying fearless? Sis, what's up? You got something in your head. You don't want to say it. Say it.
No, you guys already said it.
A leader like Commander General Yohana.
I was gonna say it.
Very selfless. Tries to get food to everybody he can. You have a problem in the school, they there to help you out. That's the type leader the Lord always looks for. Does he look for a leader that acts like a cop, that has homosexual tendencies in him? Does he look for a leader that says you can have sex with 12-year-old girls, 10-year-old girls? Your brother's daughter is 10. Do you want a leader do you think the Lord will rise a leader up that believes that you can rape your wife? That's your leader?
Right.
That homosexuality?
Right.
We need a leader that the Lord rises up out of the trenches like Gideon, like Moses, like you name it. Y'all know. That's what makes the difference. These men are selfless. About like, the reason why Gideon sit up there smacking that wheat like that, he's not gonna let these heathens see the food that he can get, and he gonna get that food. And you think if he see one of his little brother like that, he gonna do? He's gonna be like, hey baby, make that brother something to eat. Hey, come over my house tonight. As soon as you get done slaving, doing what you do, you come over to the house. Come over after you eat. I got some more for you and your family. That's the type dude Gideon is. All right, just get your idea what kind of brother this is.
And then like just for the young brother.
Mm-hmm.
So you get an idea for what he looks like. It's like the same size as like when you break it out of the actual stem, it looks like, like when we cook rice, there's one little grain. That's what wheat looks like. Like one grain of wheat is like the same as like a grain of rice.
Very small. So what people do is they get the wheat, they grind it up, and then you put it in flour, whatnot, make bread, whatever you want to make. But it takes a lot. It takes a lot of something this big to eat from. You know what I'm saying? So that's a lot that you have to smack up. And on top of that, you're a slave, so you got to do it for them. The people that you approach, the Midianites, you got to do it for the Midianites. All right. Now we're gonna speed up. Now, through all this time, again, your homework, read some in Judges 6 about Gideon. I guarantee you, you're going to be impressed. We're going to speed up to Judges 7 and 2. Now, during that time, it talks about the depression, talks about the captivity of Israel, talks about the certain things that Gideon had to go through, things that he's doing. He starts coming against the heathens, knocking down they worship Baal in this time, knocking down their monuments and altars and stuff. So now Gideon is ready for what? War. Gideon is ready for war. So let's read and see where we at with Judges 7 and 2. Judges 7 verse 2.
And the Lord said unto Gideon, the people that are with thee are too many for me.
Oh, you heard that? When have you ever heard kings say that? Oh, we have too many men to go to war. No, you always hear we don't have enough men to go to war. America say that. America be having like, 100,000 troops on the ground. They ain't even including the airstrikes. They ain't including the sea. They don't even count that. They don't even tell you everything. America ain't gonna tell you everything. They ain't telling you who going up under the sea. They ain't telling you about the bases already set up over there. They ain't telling you about the black ops missions. That the real killers are already over there. They've already set everything up. By the time you hear that America's getting ready to go to war, they've already set everything up. Yeah, they've been at war. Now it's just going to be on the big stage. All right. So Gideon, I'll read again. It's like, and the Lord said,
and the Lord said unto Gideon, the people that are with thee are too many to give the Midianites into their hands, lest Israel vaunt themselves against me, saying, My own hand hath saved me.
What does that mean? We've been talking about this all class, young man.
They saved themselves.
Who saved themselves?
Israel saved themselves.
This is saying that Israel's going to save themselves? What you saying?
I was saying that
Sis?
against me, saying.
La.
I was gonna say that they're prideful. Like him saying that it's too many of them basically means like I won't get the glory because it's so many of them. If I deliver to your hands, like they're like, oh, we rose up against them and we beat.
But they're not prideful. It didn't say that they want to go against them in them numbers.
Right, but if they go against them, like if he delivers the Midianites into their hands, then they may be like because they'll think that they're the ones that beat the Midianites, not the.
What's the reason why the Most High don't want all of our nations to gather together and go to war against white supremacy?
Because he won't get the glory that he wants.
That's the answer. It's that simple. It's not necessarily about pride, because to be honest, Israel really don't want to go to war. If you ask anybody right now in the street, they do not want to go to war, ever. They don't want to see that. Even a soldier really don't want to go to war.
Right.
It does not. If you're going to war because somebody just told you to, go to war, go kill them. You have no idea why. You don't, like, there's no morality to it. That's what PTSD is. You're somewhere and you just killing. You don't even know what the hell you right there. It's like somebody waking you. Imagine tonight you go to sleep, get the best sleep in the world. You wake up tomorrow, somebody shakes you, throws a rifle in your hand and says, if you don't shoot whoever comes through that door, you're gonna die. And they jump out the window. I'm talking about and take off running. What are you gonna do? First thing you're gonna do is say WTF. That's gonna go in your head. Then you're gonna have this fight or flight moment.
Mm-hmm.
And then that gun is gonna look like it's the only way for you to survive. Right. And then when you start hearing footsteps in your house, you start seeing shadows, you're going to start shooting. Because all you know to do is what? Survive. Now, after you get through killing about 50 people that came up in that house, how you sleep that next night? Because you don't know what the hell you was doing. All you doing is dropping bodies. You understand what I'm saying? That's way different than you understanding why you're fighting. You're fighting for your freedom. You're fighting because you have a God that's living, that's telling you you have to do this in order to be free. Follow him. You follow him. It's from me. Go by the law. You're going to win. Have to have faith. I don't want you to be in numbers. It's 5,000 on you. Guess who's going to war? 15. And you're facing 1,000. What you gonna do? You dig? I know what you gonna do. What you gonna do, brother?
Be with that 15.
Damn right. What y'all gonna do, sis? Be with the 15. Not saying you gotta fight in the war, but you gonna support it. And your brother, and say y'all the ones like, man, I don't know about this. No, baby, you gotta do this. This is what the Lord wants you to do. You remember Gideon? That's why you remember this stuff. You dig what I'm saying? That's why this is so serious. This is our history. As far as your history, you was told that you slaves and you defecated on each other. Came over here in chains. Had the white man had sex with you and was happy. Lincoln was happy enough to set you free, and you started over. And that's why the civil rights movement came, and you're the free people that you are now. You got the same rights as white supremacy has. That's what your history is. Yours too, sis. Might not be exactly that, but it's damn sure damn near the same. That's how we know we are Israel.
Right.
You did? So then when you got stories like this, bro, what? The Lord don't deal in numbers? He don't want to deal in numbers because now you're going to look in the faith of numbers instead of the faith of the Most High.
Right.
Let's keep reading. Give me 11. Hold on one second. Let me see. Do I want that? No, I don't want that. Keep reading. It's verse 3.
Now therefore, go to proclaim in the ears of the people, say.
Now go speak to the people. Go ahead. This is Gideon. The Lord is telling Gideon to do this. Go ahead.
Whoever is fearful
Mm-hmm.
and afraid.
What? Whoever's what?
Whoever is fearful and afraid.
Whoever's brave. That's what you
Whoever is
said.
fearful and afraid.
He.
Whosoever is
And
let him return and depart early from Mount Gilead.
What? Wait a minute. Did anybody just see that? Are you telling me in the scriptures it says no cowards, nigga? Do you know that I can see you? If you scared, go to church.
Right.
Oh, did y'all know that was a precept though?
Yeah.
Woo! Did y'all know that was a precept? If you scared, go to church. Do y'all remember when King Solomon was getting ready to be king? And I think it was his brother that was trying to kill him. He was trying to kill him.
Was it because he wanted the glory?
He wanted the throne. He wanted to be king. So he tried to claim to be king and gather all the men together. And then this was his brother. And then King Solomon found out the men that followed King David. They told King Solomon what his brother was up to. I think his name was like that. I'll bring that out next week too. But he to the temple to because he goes on the run when King Solomon's looking for him. He goes to the temple to hide because he thinks King Solomon won't touch him because he in the temple. If you scared, go to church. That's a precept. Go ahead.
I think there was another one of King David's men who he kicked out and brought back. When he was his deathbed, he told Solomon, that man that started this war, go and kill him. When he ran to the church, Solomon came and told that they said, kill him in a way.
That's another one. Go ahead.
I was about to say you should use that for camp.
That'd be but I'm gonna get that scripture. I'm gonna get that one out next week too. That'll be a good one to bring. But let's keep reading, man. Salaki. So now the Lord is telling Gideon to go to the people, and whosoever is fearful and afraid, read.
Let him return and depart early from Mount Gilead.
And
free return of the people.
And their
return of the people.
22,000. And there remain what?
And there remain 10,000.
So somebody do the math on that for me. How many men did he have?
32,000?
Yeah, 32,000 men. And how many left?
10,000.
How many? Be sure. Make sure.
10,000.
That's who left?
That's 20.
22,000. To left him with, and there remain 10,000. So that means, look, their return of the people 20 and 2,000. So 22,000 men left and left 10,000. Dig what I'm saying? So 22,000 left. So now he's left with 10,000. You go on to war, you would think that you would need that 32. Keep reading.
And the Lord said unto Gideon, the people are yet too many. Bring them down into the water, and I will try them. And I will try them for thee free.
Hold there. And I will try them for thee there. Read that again.
And the Lord said unto Gideon, the people are yet too many. Bring them down into the water, and I will try them for thee.
So now we got 10,000, and the Most High said have too many men. It's too many. Now I want you to take them down to the water. I want y'all to picture a big size pond. These men been at war. They've been marching. So now they come to this big, huge pond. All right, read.
And it shall be that the same.
And it shall be, whenever you see a comma, just pause for a minute and then read. Try it again.
That of whom that I say unto thee, this shall go with thee, the same
shall go with thee.
The same shall be, and whosoever I this shall not go with thee. The same shall not go.
Now, whoever I tell you to stay, stays. Whoever I tell you needs to go home, they go home. Read. Verse 5.
Observing around.
Now, do you want to say something?
I was just going to say drinking much more.
What does that mean? Sis? I thought I see you stick your hand up.
Put your head towards the water, lapping it with your tongue.
Yeah, don't like when you set a bowl in front of a dog just puts his head right in the bowl, right?
Yep.
He like nose deep. He almost drowned himself.
Right.
You gotta come up a little. He gotta come up a little bit, and make his tongue come down, because he'll drown himself trying to get that water. So is he studying anything around him? He's just into the water, like the brother said. Keep reading.
Him shalt thou set by himself. Likewise, everyone that boweth down.
What verse you at? My bad. 7? No, you're at 5. So like, go ahead.
Him shalt thou set by himself. Likewise, everyone that boweth down upon his knees to drink.
Now, anybody that's bowing down on their knees, like you got your knees on the earth and you bowing down drinking, they got to go home. Why is the Lord telling Gideon this?
Because he still has so many men.
Yeah, but why do those men have to go home?
Because they're like on their knees trying like.
You finna get it, sis.
Slovakia, they're too wrapped up in the water, and it says that they're not aware of their surroundings.
What's going on at this time?
Man, they're at war.
They're at war.
You can't be having your face in the water, not knowing what's going on. What
kind of men do the Lord want?
Ones that are aware, like
what? Stay in class. Somebody help the sister out. What kind of men do the Lord look for?
Oh, I got it. No cowards.
No cowards. That's true. That's not what I'm looking for.
Oh.
Stay in class. What we've been talking about. Sis?
Strong, selfless.
What kind of men did King David have? Yeah, but what kind? Like what kind of warriors were these? How were they described?
Prideful.
Mm-mm.
Lion-like?
Lion, what? In a sense,
Around the sense of a line.
the Lord is looking for men that have what? First of all,
Zeal.
true, but it's another word for it.
The spirit of the Lord, like that man of war that he had.
Yeah, but if you're like the scriptures say, if you 500, what do you have to have?
You have to have faith.
Give him a hand.
Oh.
Give him a hand. You gotta have faith in yourself to where I don't care what's finna happen. The Lord's with me. If I gotta keep swinging this sword to where people think that my hand is is claved to the sword, meaning that they think my hand and the sword is one, and I'm just swinging to the point that my arm gets tired because I'm killing so much, then that's what it is. Because I'm tired. So what the hell is keeping my hand going? The Most High. You got a job to do. You understand what I'm saying? That's the type men that the Lord wants. He don't want this huge number. And then can you imagine going to war? It's 22,000 of y'all, and only 100 of you really want to do this, no matter what it is. Let's say it's a baby shower, sisters. You got a baby shower to do. And let's say it's for your daughter. And it's 20 of y'all that's supposed to be involved to organize everything. Don't that make it simple? There's only 2 of y'all that's willing to actually do something. How that make you feel? Let's say 5. It's 20 of y'all that's supposed to be all in on this. But only 5 of y'all is actually really wanting to do this work to get this done for whoever's daughter it is. How they make y'all feel about the rest of the 15?
Why are they not? Why they don't want to do this work too? Why would you want to do this? You know what I'm saying? Like I'd be angry with them, but at the same time I'd be thinking, hey, it don't even matter. They ain't here.
Sis, how would you feel?
Send it in the next one.
You say
Send it in the next one.
I mean, true.
Why did they even volunteer their services if they're not gonna do it?
Exactly. Both of y'all said that perfect. Why even volunteer if you really don't even want to do this? You might as well sit your ass at home. I'll say what you don't want to say.
Right.
You might as well sit your ass at home. I don't need your help. The 5 of us will get this done. That's the same thing the Lord is saying. Gideon don't need y'all. Gideon, you don't need them niggas. Send them home. They want to go home anyway. They want to go home and play with Play-Doh or something. Make pots. They want to sharpen their spears and make it look like they want to do they warriors, but they really not. They really just need to be cooking food and helping out with the village, with the tribe. The Lord wants the warriors. Keep reading.
And the number of them that laughed, putting their hands to their mouth. And the number of them that laughed to their mouth were the 300 men, but all the rest of the people needs to drink water.
Hold right there. Now how many men did we have when we came to the water? 10,000. How many men did not bow down lapping like dogs? Verse 6. The answer is in verse 6. Anybody? Sis? 300. We went from 10,000 to 300. Now we got 300 men going to war. because it's only 300 men that the Lord wanted this time to get this mission done. Keep reading. Let me ask you this too. And the number of them that lapped, putting their hands to their mouth, what that mean? Yeah, but show me what that means. Like we said, when the scripture say you lap like a dog, you stick your head like in a bowl like this with your head down. So they at the pond with their head down. You can see the top of their head. They can catch an arrow like right to the medulla oblongata. Yeah, I ain't saying that word again.
Right. There was 300 men with their head on the swivel.
But what does that mean when it says, "And the number of them that lap, putting their hand to their mouth"? They lap too.
That means that like they're bringing the water up to their mouth, but they could still be up watching.
So now the other men to lap means to take your tongue and lick the water. So the first group, the part of the 10,000 had their head down, licking down and not having their heads up. The 300 men that have been chosen by the Lord are doing like this, like the brother said too. They drinking the water and they looking like this. So they can see. They at war. Even though you're thirsty, you're gonna die from drinking water.
Right.
That's the worst way to die. You're gonna be dead on the battlefield because your head bowed down drinking water. Man, I'd rather take one to the head. At least it means I was faced up trying to fight. You did? The Lord don't want that. That's why these men are chosen. That's what that means. Keep reading.
And the Lord said unto Gideon, by the 300 men that I will save you.
Look at that. It's only going to take 300 men for your people to be saved. Y'all ain't got to worry about nothing. This is coming from the Lord. Keep going.
And deliver the Midianites into thy hand.
Mm-hmm.
And let all the other people go every man unto his place.
In other words, let all the other people, all the brothers that didn't have the heart to fight, let them go home. It's okay. I want you to go to 2 and 23. It's where we're going to end it up at. Now, as you read through these chapters, Gideon won that war. The Lord delivered on his end like he always do. What did Gideon have to do in order to win this war? War? What did he have to do that this class is about? Chapter 8, verse 22 and 23. What do you have to do, young man? That's true. But what's the main thing?
Keep having faith in the Most High.
He had to have faith in the Most High. Did he worry about numbers?
Nah.
Do you see how worrying about numbers can keep the Lord from protecting you? Like King David seen, he knew he messed up because he worried about numbers. When the Lord said, why the hell you invested in me? Why are you trying to have faith in numbers when you should have faith in me? I'm not saying that it's not good to grow. That's not what the Lord is even saying. The Lord is saying, let Israel come in. The Lord said, go after the lost sheep of Israel. The lost sheep. He who has an ear, let him hear my voice. When we speaking, when we teaching, the brothers and sisters that really want to be in here, they'll catch it and they'll come in here. But are we concerned with, why ain't the classroom filled out the hallway? No, because obviously the Lord don't want them. We doing our part. Will that day come? Yeah, it will come. And also it'll be a day when you're not going to see us out on these streets anymore.
Right.
That's scripture. You won't see us out here anymore because the time is a wrap. It's wartime then. That's when World War III come. You ain't going to see brothers speaking in the street at that time. At that time, you either with the truth or you ain't. You are now. There's no gray area.
Right.
But right now, the Lord is we are fishermen of men. We trying to reel them in here. Many men and women, children we can get. But are we concerned with we don't have the numbers like the church and all these fake Israel? No. Because within those amount of people that you have, the Lord hears none of their prayers, man. None. Especially the Christian church. He only gonna hear the prayers that he chooses to hear. Because the scripture, Christ don't even hear your prayers.
Right.
He only hears the prayers of his people that follow the law. All right. Let's keep reading. Let's read this 22, 23. This is the aftermath of the war.
Then the men of Israel.
Call it out. Call it out. Judges 8.
Judges 8, verse 22.
Aquathian.
And Aquathian got it.
There you go. Good job.
The men of Israel said unto Gideon, Rule thou over us, both thou and thy son, and thy son's son also. For thou hast delivered us from the hand of Midian.
See that? So the people are looking up to Gideon for delivering them, for winning the battle, and they know the Lord is with them. Now let me show you how it was. Read.
And rule you neither.
Read it again.
I will not rule you neither.
Read it again.
I will not rule over you neither.
People is looking up to him and saying, man, we want you to rule. Keep reading.
Shall my son?
Nuh-uh. Neither.
Neither shall my son rule over you.
Keep reading.
The Lord shall rule over you.
The what?
The Lord shall rule over you.
The what?
The Lord shall rule over you.
What's the first thing preachers do when they sit there and solve your problems? Pay your tithes, sow your seed. They make it look like the Lord told me to tell you. So then in turn, you start worshiping who? Who comes out your mouth the most? The pastors. You start worshiping the pastor. You know what the pastor do? He take that credit. He take that credit. That's why I asked y'all earlier, what kind of man can lead a nation? When I say Commander General Yohana, because he's selfless, it's because he knows that the Most High rules over everybody.
Right.
He'll tell you himself that he's just doing his job. Just like we say, we doing our job. We're not here to be worshiped. All right? So y'all remember those scriptures. And so sorry about the technical difficulties, but we got it solved later on. But also, always remember, don't worry about numbers, man. I don't care how many number of people come against you, come against the truth, come against the ISUPK. We're not moving. We're not going nowhere. And I advise you, sisters and brothers, be like a palm tree. Be like a palm tree. You ever seen a palm tree in a hurricane?
Right.
Are the palm trees down? They come right back up, don't they? That's how you should be in life. No matter what demons, Satan, anything come against you, do not break. It might push you to the point where you think you're finna break and it's bending you. But as soon as the storm is over, stand right back up. All right? Because it's not about numbers. It's about faith. And with that, I pass the class off to Trooper the Rocket. Hey, my martial art, turn the camera.
This is the ISUPK security announcement. We are the ISUPK. Start out 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes to the school,